Google Classroom is a new Google app that is available to all of us through the Google App Suite. If you've ever used Edmodo or Moodle, then you'll have some idea of what Google Classroom can do. It's really great because it'll allow you to manage multiple classes. It'll allow you to give assignments and collect assignments right through the app, and everything will link through Google Drive. After you sign up for Google Classroom, you're going to get to a screen that looks like this. And at the top, you're going to see a plus button. And this is going to give you two options to either create a new class, or if you have a code or your students have a code, they would use the code and click on Join Class. But to get started here, we're going to create a class. And you can see I can give my class a name, so just put in Sex English, and then if I had a section number, I could put that in. And I'm going to create it. And now it is created my class to use. And the first thing you notice is that you do have a image up here. If you don't like that, they do have other kind of generic themes, just like if you wanted to change your theme on Gmail, for instance. It's very similar, so if I wanted the robots here, I could just select that and it changes it. And you can play around with it, but it has no overall effect on the class itself. Now, the most important thing you're going to want to find is over on the left-hand side right here, and this is the class code right here. And the class code is located right here, and that's the code that you would give to your students that they're going to need to log in. Now, parents cannot have access to this at this point. You need a .edu account to be able to access the classroom. So for right now, it's just the students that would have that code. If, for instance, you wanted to end your class, you can reset or disable the code as needed. Okay, now if I want to go back to my main screen that would list all of my classes, I can go click on those three lines, and you see here it has a list of my classes as well as settings. So from this menu, I could hop to either class, or I could just go home there. Now, on this screen, what you'll see is the different classes that you have, and you have some information. Upcoming assignments, so they would be listed through there. So you see my test class, I have a respond to video, and I would be able to see the status of what my kids have done, and you'll be able to see if they've opened a file, if they're working on the file, and in fact, once they start working on the file, you can go in and collaboratively or work with them. You can make comments, things like that. And finally, then you would see it submitted. And I'll go over those in my next set of videos of what it looks like from the student end. And again, I'm going to go back here. So here I would see my assignments. And then here, for each class you create, it's going to create a new folder in your Google Drive, as well as your students, where their work will be kept. So now there's nothing in that folder because we just created it, but if I go to here into my test class, this brings me to my folder. So introduce yourself, and it'll break up each assignment and put them into the different folders. So Google will do all the sorting for you. You're just not going to have one drive with, a million files that you got to find the right one. So for each assignment, it'll automatically put the student work in there for you. Okay, so now that you have your class set up, you'll see that this is almost like Facebook for the classroom. You have 3 tabs that you can toggle between. You have your stream, which would be equivalent to on Facebook, like your news stream. This is for students, and so here you'd be able to see the class list. And then about, now this is kind of cool. So here you can put your, class title or anything. But then down here, you can also add materials. So if there's certain things that your kids are going to need throughout the year, you can put those in here. And again, if I click on that, it's going to give me a couple options. I can just upload a file. It could be any sort of file that you want. You can also just right from your own Google Drive attach a file through there, so you don't have to worry about any of the uploading. It's just going to link right to that file. You can also add video. Here you can search YouTube. So if I wanted to add a Big Think video, that'll search YouTube, or if you want from another site, you can just paste a URL there. Now, so that's how you would, oh, and finally we do have the paste a link. So if there's a link to a certain website that the kids are going to need to refer to often, you can put it in there, and then they can access that. But the main part of your life is going to be lived in the stream. And as you see, I mean, it's very similar to like, a Facebook stream. And there's 2 things. You can do announcements, and again, you click in and you see, again, you can add files, links, interesting things for them to look at, share that there's a test tomorrow, and I'm going to post that, and then, I can comment on it. I can also edit or delete this if it's no longer necessary. And the next thing, and probably the most important thing, is the assignments. And here you have title of assignment, description if you want to do that. So maybe I want to do a respond to the YouTube video. And here I'm going to attach my drive, so you can see I'm going to attach this. And most importantly, you're going to see an option here. So the students can view the file. That means that they can't touch it. They can, it's as if they're getting like a PDF. They can't edit it at all. Students can edit the file. So this you would use if you wanted groups to do a collaboration, or maybe a whole class collaborative document. Or, and this is probably the neat feature, make a copy for each student. Now, this is going to take that one file that I had, this respond to video, and give each student their own copy that they can work and edit on. And again, when they get done, it's going to be in that specific folder for this assignment. So I want to make that my option. Now, another really neat feature is that they'll allow you to assign it to multiple classes at once. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to do test class and SACS English. I'm going to click those 2. So here, 2 classes selected, and I'm going to make this due on a Sunday, and I could even do it by a specific time if I wanted to. And now I'm going to assign it, and it's going to put this into both of my classes. So here you see I've assigned it. I can see that no students are done, 0 are not done. But again, in a whole class, you'll be able to monitor at any time how far along your students are. And if I go back to my menu, to the our new SACS English, you can see that it assigns the assignment to that class as well. And if I click on this, again, it'll bring me right to my document. If I come out to my docs, and I'm going to sort by the folders that it's in, I'm going to click on Classroom, and you see that here are my different classes. I want to go to, let's say Sax English, and here is the folder where all the student documents would end up. So that's basically what you can do with Google Docs. You can use it to flip the classroom to give the students work that they can complete at home, in school. It allows you to see where they are during the process, as well as if you're noticing they're having problems, that you can write comments onto their own papers. So that's it for basically an overview. I'm going to hold a kind of session, if you're interested in it, for the 5-6 teachers, probably next week. But if you're interested in setting it up or getting it to work, email me and I'll be more than happy to help you with it.